All right, so Imad, let's get straight into it. In the last study, we learned that yes, Jesus is the Son of God, but today I'd like to look at just how is he the Son of God, because the Bible does teach us that the angels are sons of God. The Bible does teach us that we are sons of God, and maybe just as a foundation, just tell me what the difference is between all these beings. So you've got the angelic beings, and then you've got human beings, and then you obviously have divine beings. So when it comes to these different groups, what are the differences in terms of how we are sons of God?
Okay, look, good, good question. Obviously, I mean, I'm assuming it is common knowledge that angels are a different species than human beings, and divinity is also. I don't know if I can call it a species, but divinity is totally different than angelic and human, and we're all. Human angels or whatever creatures out there, we are called creatures because we are created, but divinity is not created. Now, without entering into this whole big theological issue, you see, when it comes to the sonship of Christ, people tend to want to make the sonship of Christ into all kind of mystical or metaphorical or all kind of things. Like, when you point to people that the Bible says, Jesus is the Son of God, they say, well, yes, it's a metaphor, or as a recent book by Ty Gibson says, it's a covenantal sonship, which simply just a fancy word to say that he's the second Adam that God covenanted. He will reflect his image and so forth through him. But all of them are united in the same thing, that the sonship of Jesus is really a metaphor. Now, here is what I would like to challenge those who are listening. You see, the Jews are regarded as the sons of God. Notice this verse in John chapter 8. Allow me to share the screen. In John chapter 8, beginning at verse 41, it says, Jesus tells them, you do the deeds of your father. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication, we have one Father, even God. So the Jews at the days of Jesus were regarded as the sons of God. I mean, it wasn't anything new for a Jew to be called the son of God. Now, not only that, but there were many sons of David, right? I mean, David had many wives, many children. All those who came from him are called the sons of David, especially his son Solomon, King Solomon, the son of David. And another thing also, we refer to Jesus as the Messiah, as the Christ. The Greek word translated into Christ, the Hebrew word is Messiah. It's the same thing, it means anointed. But what many people don't understand is that Jesus was not the only Messiah. The scriptures refer to many messiahs. The word Messiah simply means anointed. You see, every king
Yes.
was Messiah, was anointed. Every prophet was anointed. Every priest was anointed. The reason I'm giving this background is to get to this point. You see, for example, Solomon. Solomon was King Solomon, the Messiah, the Mashiach, the anointed, the son of David, the son of God. Solomon was a Hebrew, son of God. He was literally a son of David, and he was Mashiach, meaning anointed, Messiah. So Solomon, the Messiah, son of David, son of God. It was no blasphemy for Solomon to be considered the son of God. It was no blasphemy for the Jews to come to Jesus and say, we have one Father, even God, meaning we are the sons of God. Yet when Jesus claimed to be the Son of God, they accused him of blasphemy. Notice this verse. I'll share it for the sake of those who are watching. In John chapter 8 and verse 36, notice what Jesus says. He says, say you of him whom the Father has sanctified and sent into the world, thou blasphemest, because I said, I am the Son of God. Now, I don't want to just read it and move on. I want those who are watching, those who are listening, to actually think. I want you to think with me. I want you to reason with me. Every Jew said that he is the Son of God, and it was no problem. But when this man, Jesus, said that he was the Son of God, they said, you are blaspheming. Why? Why is that? If his sonship is just a metaphor, if his sonship is just a covenantal sonship, that he's the second Adam, if his sonship is just a sonship by adoption, if it's just a role play, then why chuck a fuss about it? Why say it's a blasphemy? You see,
Wow.
Just from these verses and from thinking this way, you can't help but understand that when Jesus claimed to be the Son of God, he meant it in a totally different way than any other Jew meant to be the Son of God. So his sonship, Jesus did not mean it in a metaphor. Notice how Jesus emphasizes in John chapter 8 and verse 42. It says, Jesus said unto them, if God were your Father, you would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. So Jesus saying, I proceeded forth and came from God. Not just I came from God. If he just says I came from God, meaning God sent me, okay, no problem. But it's saying I proceeded forth and came from God. He's meaning something. He's saying something. In John chapter 17 and verse 8, he says, for I have given unto them the word which thou gavest me. That's in his prayer. And they have received them and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. Jesus is talking about two things in here. He's saying, Father, I've taught these disciples what you wanted me to teach them, and they are convinced, they understand, they have known surely that I came out of you, and they also believe, they also understand that you sent me. So he's not talking about the same thing. He's talking about two different things. The first thing is I came out from you. The second thing is you sent me.
Yes.
So to answer your question, the sonship of Christ is not like any other sonship. He's not a son by creation like Adam was. He's not a son by adoption, like by creation, like Adam or the angels or any other race out there that we don't know of that was created, right? That's sonship by creation. He's not a son by adoption like the forgiven sinner. You know, when we accept Jesus, give our lives to him, we are adopted into the family of God. And nobody accused me of blasphemy when I said I am the Son of God. In my preaching, I say, you are the sons of God. You are members of his family. You are adopted into his family. You can call him Father, right? It's not blasphemy. So he's a son in a different way, not by creation, nor by adoption, definitely not a metaphor or a role play, but he's a son in a special, unique way that John tells us 5 times in his writing. That's the first one in John chapter 1 and verse 14. It says, and the word
So Imad,
yeah, go ahead.
Before you go there, tell me quickly. I understand now that you are saying that the way they related to Jesus, this is the Jews now, and the response to his claim to being the Son of God is noteworthy and should make us think about why was it like this? Why was it different when Jesus said he was the Son? Because no one ever questioned them or accused them of blasphemy when they claimed to be the sons of God. Now, in the book of John again is a chapter 4 where this idea of there's a difference when Jesus says he's the Son. I think it's John chapter 4. Maybe you can go there where they say, maybe you can think about this verse where they say to him, he says, do you say that I blasphemous because I say God is my Father? And they said, they said you did not only break the Sabbath, but you made yourself equal with God. I'm looking for that verse. Because in that verse, again, the difference between his sonship is actually also noted by the Jews. as they understood him when he said God is his father.
Yes, yes. It's in John chapter 5 and verse 18.
5, John chapter 5,
Yeah,
yes.
and I was going to
Please,
refer to it
please
later.
go
But
there
go
and then
ahead.
just shed some light.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to come to it later, but anyway.
Oh, sorry.
No, no, it's fine. It's fine. We talk about it now. It says, here, therefore the Jews sought the more to kill him because he not only had broken the Sabbath, but said also that God was his father, making himself equal with God. So the point from it is that the sonship of Jesus made him equal with God. The angels are sons of God, but they're not equal with God. Adam was a son of God, but he's not equal with God. The forgiven sinner is a son of God, but he's not equal with God. The Jews were the sons of God, but they were not equal with God. But when this man claimed to be the son of God, those who were standing there and heard him, they understood it. They understood exactly what Jesus meant, and they understood that it means he's equal with God.
Sure.
And that's what I was getting to, that his sonship is totally different. It's not the same sonship as any other sonship. And that's why John refers to him in John chapter 1 5 times, but John chapter 1 and verse 14, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. 4 verses later, it says, no man has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. Jesus' sonship is different than any other sonship. His sonship made him equal with God. His sonship made the Jews understand that if he is the Son of God, he is blaspheming. They understood that it is blasphemy. They all claim to be the sons of God, no problem. When he claimed to be the Son of God, big problem. To equate his sonship with a metaphor or sonship by adoption or anything of that sort is to really miss the whole point. Is not to give an answer of why the Jews wanted to kill him, why the Jews accused him of blasphemy. You see, to simply claim to be the Messiah is not a problem either. As I said, the scriptures tells us of many messiahs. Prophets were messiahs, anointed. Kings were messiahs, anointed. Priests, and so forth. Cyrus, my anointed, my Cyrus, my Mashiach, Cyrus. So again, I'm hoping I'm answering your question, which is, what is the difference between Christ's sonship and the sonship of the angels and the sonship of the Jews and so forth? It's big difference. Their sonship doesn't make him equal with God. His sonship made him equal with God. Their sonship is not a blasphemy. His sonship is blasphemy, at least to the Jews. Their sonship is not only begotten. His sonship is because he is only begotten, which we'll look at later in the study. But I hope this sort of answers the question and gives the listener something to think about.